Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are with the very first episode of GeneralLotz Plays. Today we are playing Scythe. This is a classic Doom 2 megawad that has short but simple levels that are quite fun indeed. Now, instead of Project Brutality or Brutal Doom, we are instead playing Quake Style Doom. This is a random Doom wad that essentially gives us new enemies and new weapons, much like Brutal Doom and Project Brutality, but this actually predates it by a few years and is in some respects a lot better than both Project Brutality and Brutal Doom. There's a lot more enemy types. The weapons are really quite cool, I have to say. And really, it's just an awesome little wad that sadly has, I think, flown under just about everyone's radar. Now, in many respects, Project Brutality actually draws a lot of inspiration and a lot of sprites from this particular wad. Now, this, of course, is a more classical-styled Doom wad in many respects, because we no longer have weapon reloading or anything like that. It's just, if you have ammo, it shoots, and shoots some more. Really, I would like to see a lot of these weapons and enemies ported into Project Brutality, and I think, at least from what I've seen, Project Brutality is likely worked on by some of the guys who did Quake Style Doom. Now, Quake Style Doom also has a few other changes as well. In addition to the enemies and weapons, there's also different power-ups. And there's some different sound effects as well. Some of the sound effects are actually from Quake 2. Or not Quake 2, but Quake 1. Quake 1, I should say. Whenever you get hit, Quake guy here, or Quoom guy, or Dwake guy. Quoom sounds awfully suggestive, so we'll call him Quake. No, we'll call him Dwake. Dwake the Rock Johnson here will make the pain sounds from Quake 1, which is cool, because I happen to like Quake 1 quite a bit. Quake 1 is an interesting game, though. It kind of stands alone compared to the other id Software games, because really, Quake 2 is more or less just sort of an update of Doom in many respects, as it's much more in the Doom style of, you know, heavy metal, quick, fast-paced kind of gameplay, whereas Quake 1, the single player at least, is, well, not altogether that Doom-like, now that I think of it. Now, I recall from my review that's up on the main channel that I said it's basically just an upgraded Doom. At least I think I said that. I think I said that, I can't remember, but if I did, I said it. What's interesting about Quake is it does go for a completely different aesthetic than Doom did, and a completely different aesthetic from Quake 2. Now, you have to keep in mind that Quake 2 has nothing to do with Quake 1. Quake 1 it's pretty much its own thing, whereas Quake 2 is supposed to have a different name, but they couldn't get a name that wasn't trademarked or copyrighted or something like that. So it's just like, okay, what do we call it? Well, we got Quake, we got the trademark for Quake, well, Quake 2. Really, what's funny about Quake 1 really is Quake 2 got a sequel in the guise of Quake 4, whereas Quake just kind of is, that's it. And Quake's a really cool game, actually. It's got that Eldritch vibe to it, and I got completely ripped apart by that Nightmare Imp. That's not good. Probably should use something better than an axe. My mighty axe! Although the axe does a pretty good amount of damage. Look at that! Only Doom guy could use an axe to literally reduce everything in one hit to guts. You gave him 40 whacks? Well, you know what? Doom guy don't need 40 whacks. He needs 1. No, probably the Cyber Demon would need 40 whacks or 41. I couldn't say. But, yeah. Quake is cool. Quake definitely needs a sequel of some description. Now, I might do a Let's Play of Quake on this channel. I'm trying to decide if I want to do Quake the PC version or Quake 64. Just for variety, you know? I'm a big PC person. But if I was going to do PC Quake, I would likely... Yeah, well, PC Quake. Politically correct cake. Politically correct cake? Oh dear. Politically correct Quake. We wouldn't want that because you probably would not be able to fight the enemies, and you'd have to use dispute resolution on them, which would be rather foolish. Give me health! That's the one problem with a lot of these Doom wads, or these Doom 2 mega wads, is they make them so bloody hard. Well, at least to me, okay? Give me my chainsaw. There's a lot of enemies. Did they just teleport in? I'm gonna assume they did. Now this chainsaw that we have here is, of course, from Quake 64. But I was saying, if I wanted to do Quake PC, I would want to get Quake Epsilon to work, which I can't for whatever reason. Quake Epsilon crashes on every episode other than the first one, which I already have a Let's Play up on the main channel for. But Quake definitely was a very hard game compared to Doom. Now, Doom, in some respects, like if you played it on Nightmare, was hard, but even on normal, Quake 1 is not an easy game to complete. Mainly because when you first start an episode of Quake, you'll go through like a slipgate complex of sorts, where you'll fight some cyberized humans, and then after you do that, your base enemy is the Ogre, and the Ogre is a badass motherfucker if ever there was one. That guy, man, that guy. Don't be that guy. But that guy, he's got the rocket. No, he doesn't have a rocket. He has a grenade launcher, and he's got a chainsaw on one arm. And damn, ladies and gentlemen, lads and lasses, and whatever form they may take, that chainsaw can fucking fuck you up. That grenade launcher, let me tell you this. Of all the basic enemies, that Ogre is probably the most... I won't go as far to say he's bullshitty, but he is the most annoying of the lot. Because he just tanks so much damage. He really does. And, there's always so many of them. And really, until you get the rocket, he's really hard to kill. Because you're always running out of ammo on the 9-inch nail gun. Fucking Trent Razor don't come cheap. So, he's hard to defeat until you get like the rocket, because the grenade launcher, I never really mastered the grenade launcher back in the day. I was never really that good at it, and and these days I seem to be an even worse gamer than I was back when I was a kid. But Quake was a lot of fun. I don't think I really got to play that much. I'm just going to keep giving myself health because I suck at Call of Duty. Wait, no, this isn't COD. But I just am not very good at these really hard megawads, and we want to be able to finish without me dying every 5 feet. But I mainly just played back in the day shareware of Quake. It wouldn't be until 2008. Look at how much damage he did! Ugh! Damn it all. Okay. But it wouldn't be until 2008 that I would actually get the full version of Quake, and I still have not played the, and as you can see here, to interrupt my Quake reminiscence, give me some health, please. As you can see here, this assault rifle looks a lot like the assault rifle from Brutal Doom. I believe Sergeant Mark IV likely used this as his early Brutal Doom assault rifle. Now, his assault rifle in Brutal Doom now looks considerably different from this particular rifle here, so you can't say he stole it. Really, when it comes to modders, they all share. Okay, that's what they do, so, yeah. I really find it annoying that people are just hating on old Sergeant Mark IV. Because, really, he made a successful WAD, okay? Don't hate on him for that. I mean, if Quake Style Doom had gotten as popular as that game, people would be complaining about it. They're like, oh, he ripped it all off, they're terrible, he sold his soul to the devil. That was actually... in my Brutal Doom video, that's actually a reference to a Coen Brothers movie that I really, really like. Run! Called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Where there's a character in it who is a blues singer who apparently sold his... Holy shit, did you see that? That was one rocket from a fucking Revenant. One goddamn motherfucking rocket. As you can see, the chain gun here is a little different. It actually has to spin up a little bit, but it looks pretty much the same. I never liked the chain gun sprite. I never did. I think it looks kind of. I think it looks like kind of crap. Okay, that's why I always say it looks kind of lackluster. I mean, like the shotty looked good. The chain gun just looks kind of silly. Look at how much damage those guys do. Look at that. That, the Revenant has always been annoying, but it seems like, the Quake Style Doom guys made it even worse. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks for that, mates. Make it even more impossible for us. Make it more impossible for lackluster gamers such as myself. Okay, shit. Give me quad. Oh, that didn't work. That escalated way too quickly. Let's see. We can come back in here and kill. Wow, really? I died instantly. And this is only on Hurt Me Plenty. I suck at everything. GeneralLotz is of the shittiness when it comes to the gamings, it would seem. But my excuse is always this: I just play to have fun, you know? I'll admit that if, like, you're a pro— Look at that! How was I supposed to dodge that? Explain that to me. You know, you pro MLGs, how do you dodge it? How do you dodge it? How do you dodge it? You dodge it with your mad skills. That's how you do it, right? I kind of like this assault rifle a little more than the Brutal Doom assault rifle. It looks a little more pointy. I kind of like that. The barrel isn't so chunky as you often see in assault rifles in video games. It's the thing about video games. You know, they make the guns really, really chunky. Yeah, this is gonna be tough to beat. Just beat it. But anyway, jerking aside. Yeah, you know, they always make guns look so chunky in video games. In real life, guns are not quite that. Shit, what's attacking me? Alright, I probably should turn the flashlight on, but then, okay, whatever. Who are we gonna fight? What are we gonna use? Let's save, shall we? Alright, quad damage. Always like the quad damage. I like how it sounded. Quad damage. That's not what it sounds like. More of a deep. Well, that certainly didn't end well for them, did it? Not really, it would seem. I like how quad damage shows up in Doom 2016. That is just the story spiel from Doom 2. The story for Doom 2 isn't bad. I wonder how we can defeat the level. I'm sorry, I love doing that because when you play, what's the, oh, we got the Trent Razor rifle. Trent Razor. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da, wow, wow, da-da-da, da-da-da-da, wow, wow, da-da-da, da-da-da. Anyway, I did like the introductory song for Quake 1, but I never was a big fan of the Quake music. Now, the Quake music isn't supposed to be heavy metal or anything like that. It's supposed to be atmospheric, and it does a good job being really atmospheric, and I think it turned out good. It's just not really my thing. But Trent Razor did a great job on that, I will say. I never was a big fan of 9 Inch Nails or Sonic Youth or any of the rest of those 90s bands. Although I kind of liked... What song am I thinking of? I don't think that's a 90s song. That Rooster song. I kind of like that one as a modern song. But why do we need all these new bands? New bands suck. Don't know why we're not getting 60 frames, but it's Doom. It sometimes likes to lagalicious a little. Oh, wait, why does it switch me to that? I'm not really sure how that grenade launcher is supposed to work. Let's go back to the double barrel. Double barrels, little did I know back in Turok. I've remarked upon this in other videos as well, but it's just like... Such things exist now. Double barrels exist like this. Now, in real life, as can be seen in my Turok video, I do have... Oh, shit, run! Look at that! That is the bullshittiest thing that ever bullshitted it up. And I give him my machine, my chain and gewehr. Look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry. That is bullshit. That's just... You know, game, I don't mind cheating. I'll cheat it. If you're gonna have bullshitty enemies like that who bullshit about, I will cheat all day long. Cheaters never prosper, right? No, no. I would beg to differ. What is this thing? That's a proximity launcher. Got chainborgs. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, da-da-da. Oh, great. Now the Quake 1 song is stuck in my brain. That's never a good thing. Or is it? I don't know. But in any event, that is the end of the very first episode of GeneralLotz Plays. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There's a lot more where this comes from, and so this is GeneralLotz wishing you good Trent Razor and good Sonic Youth, or whatever makes you happy.